I opened a bottle of liquor and poured it directly over my battered hands. The instant pain made my whole body tremble, but if I wanted to survive, I had no choice but to endure it. After treating the wounds, I finally wrapped my hands with strips of cloth. Yet my nightmare was only beginning. The freezing wind kept pouring into the cable car. I had to find a way to block the drafts, so I gathered the few snowboard pieces left and lined them up along the bottom of the cabin. At last, they blocked some of the cold air. I tried to rest against the wall of the cabin, but the temperature was far too low. I couldn't fall asleep, so I got up and collected the empty liquor cartons. Then I used a lighter to set them on fire. My frozen hands finally felt a little warmth. I was so relieved that tears filled my eyes. But before I could celebrate, a metal plate suddenly fell from above the cable car. The fire I'd worked so hard to build was instantly blown out by the raging wind. I nearly broke down. I even believed I wouldn't survive the night. So I took out my phone and recorded a final message for my boyfriend. After 3 days and nights without hearing from me, he was desperately making his way up the mountain. When he reached the cable car control station, he saw a metal rod jammed in the gears. He froze on the spot. He knew I was still trapped up there. A wave of grief instantly overwhelmed him. I was still fighting for every chance to survive. Inside my backpack, I found a first aid kit. Then I picked up a string of small lights. I planned to climb onto the roof of the cable car and send a distress signal. But when I tried, I discovered the roof hatch was locked. With no other choice, I had to find another way. I grabbed a fire extinguisher and slammed it against the hatch. The support arm holding the cable car was already shaking violently in the storm. Just as I finally broke open the hatch and prepared to climb out, the cable car suddenly came loose. With a deafening crash, it plunged toward the cliff. At the last second, I grabbed hold of the metal frame above. That desperate grip saved my life. But facing the brutal cold, I couldn't relax for a moment. I quickly climbed inside the railing. Then I opened my backpack, pulled out the bag holding the string of lights, and released it into the night sky. Meanwhile, my boyfriend, who was about to leave, suddenly spotted the signal lights rising in the distance. He instantly realized I was still alive, and he rushed back to the control station. Soon, he came up with a plan. He pulled a metal hook through a hole in the wall and looped it around the jammed gear. Then he had workers outside use a loader to pull it backward. The powerful force finally turned the gear. Seeing it move, he immediately removed the metal rod. Then he ordered the workers to restart the machinery. The long-stalled system finally came back to life. As the gears slowly turned, I, hanging from the frame, was gradually pulled back towards safety. After countless hardships, I was finally rescued.